So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Dale here from Z4 Games, bringing you an update to Spirals. Now, I actually took a pre-set version of this to my locals and got joint second. Basically, I went X1. I lost to Orcus Striker. No, just pure Orcus, sorry. But this has also been updated with the brand new Magician's Soul as well. And to top that off, I will be showing you a combo towards the end, a 2-card combo that pretty much gives you an insane board that can be adapted further as we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump straight into the profile, show you exactly what we've got, explain why we've got it and the changes that have been made. And then at the end, I will show you the 2-card combo of how you can basically use and abuse Magician's Soul in Spirals. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. Start off with triple Spyral Super Agent. This is your free summon. This is the main kind of centerpiece of the deck. Well, I say centerpiece, this is your James Bond. Q, or obviously Master Plan, is a lot better as a core card, but this card is still very, very useful, very, very powerful. It is your free summon, it is your Spyral Super Agent, so it does trigger quick fix in the graveyard, which is why we play him at 3. Then we play the 2 Master Plan. Now, Master Plan is at 2 purely because you want to A, sometimes summon it from deck, and B, send it from deck to graveyard. So you actually want to have multiples, because if you do open up one, it can suck. We are playing the dangers in this deck as well for additional extension, but technically you might not even need to with Magician's Soul around. Then for the 1-ups of the Spirals, we got the 1 Last Resort and the 1 Sleeper. Sleeper is your amazing boss monster. Basically, quick effect, pop 2 cards and target 1 Spiral you control to pop that as well, but under Last Resort, it is protected. So it's very, very cool, very, very powerful, but it does nuke your board if it leaves the field. So if your opponent can get past it, you are in a bit of trouble. If not, it is your boss monster that can kind of really, really disrupt your opponent. We've then got the 1 Drones because it is at 1, and the 1 Quick Fix because again it is at 1. Drones could possibly come back to more than 1 in the upcoming ban list. It really depends on how much Konami want to ship Spirals out a bit. But regardless, you max out as much as you possibly can because they are very, very useful. Then for a smaller engine outside of this, we do play 3 level 4s of Dark Grepher, Armageddon Knight, and Zephyros. Now, Zephyros is actually really, really cool to kind of bounce back your field spell and then use it again. Armageddon Knight, of course, you can send Master Plan to the graveyard and then revive it, or you can send any of your other dark monsters that you might want in the graveyard, and Dark Grepher can pretty much do the same. You could cut these if you wanted to, purely because the main targets for the deck will be being sent with your Magician's Souls, so they can technically replace this. This is a 43 card deck at the moment, so if you wanted to, you can swap these out and go into stuff like your Anti-Spell Fragrance for your Griffin play as well. I have kept the scrap engine in the deck just because it gives my deck another way of playing. Now, obviously, if I go with the Magician's Soul combo, I don't need this because the Magician's Soul combo uses Quick Fix as the normal summon to extend the combo, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. You can take it out if you want. If you don't have Magician's Souls, this is the other option that you can put in on a little bit, well, I say a bit of a budget. It's probably about 20 quid for this engine, for the 3 scrap recyclers and the 1 scrap golem, and it's about probably going to be 20, maybe a little bit more for Magician's Soul when they officially come out, just so that we know the full-on ratios. Then I play a danger package of double Jackalope, double Nessie, double Sukanoko, and double Mothman. Now, Mothman is actually really important in this deck, purely because the even if you do lose it, the discard effect can be very, very useful to kind of ditch any card that you did want to ditch in your hand into the graveyard. It can suck as a top deck if it's all you've got, but with Spirals you can actually regain so much advantage that it shouldn't cause you too many issues. And then we do have the 1 Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line, purely because it's a bit of an extension should you need it off the Scrap Recycler. Then of course we've got triple Magician's Soul. Now this comes out in Legendary Heroes, Legendary Duelist. I'll get my words right this morning. Legendary Duelist Magical Heroes, and that is due to drop tomorrow. So pick those up if you can. They are an ultra rare. It is yet to be defined if they are officially short printed. From what I have heard, from UK openers, it's kind of okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not that bad to get hold of, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you're UK based, I don't know the American ratios as of yet. At this moment in time, when a box is retailing at about 55 quid, it's worth picking up a retail box because you get 5 ultras. And from what I've seen from openings, the ultras aren't all the bad ones. There's 9 ultras in the set. Now, the good ultras to get right now are Sunriser, Liquid Man, and Souls. And from most of the openings I've seen, you've got one of those. And one of those covers half, if not all, of the box. So everything else, the supers and the ultras, are a plus. Moving on to the spells, we play triple Where Art Thou. Now, this is just another way of getting into your Magician's Souls. It doesn't need to be played, but it also means that once you put your Magician's Soul on the board, you can search out your Quick Fix or your Drone as well. And because Magician's Soul is a free special summon, you can get a normal summon off, so you do not lose to the effect of this. That then allows you to go into rank 1 play should you want to, or of course it does allow you to extend your board using Quick Fix to search out like Big Red and then revive the Master Plan. So it just gives you a little bit more consistency of this engine. Then we play a lot of one-offs. We've got the 1 Foolish Burial of Goods, the 1 Foolish Burial, the 1 Terraforming, the 1 Monster Reborn, the 1 Reinforcement of the Army, the 1 1-for-1, 1 Spiral Gear, Big Red, and 1 Mission Assault. Now, Mission Assault is actually really, really important for the combo. 1-for-1 is probably the most insane card in this deck because you can send any of your cards that you might not want in your hand to the graveyard, well, monster that is, and then special summon out. Now, previously it was Quick Fix or Drone, now you can also special summon out your Magician's Soul. Should you have, like, let's say you open up 2 of the Rescue, you can actually ditch those and draw 2 more cards off of your Soul, and it gives you a nice, more consistent first turn play. And then of course we've got the 1 Spyral Resort, and then finally triple Spyral Mission Rescue. This is your quick play Monster Reborn during either player's turn, but ideally you want to be using it during your turn. You just flood your grave with this, keep looping Master Plan because it is not a once per turn on the field. It is a once per turn in the graveyard though, and just move your plays further forward from this. The best thing about this deck is it does not rely on the field spell too heavily. That just gives it additional protection as an additional extension, and it gives consistency back to the deck that lost it. Moving on to the extra deck, of course, we'll go through the XYZs first. We've got the 1 Princess Sprite and the 1 number 60 Daguerreus. Now, this one can easily be the Lyrilusk, and then you would put DD Crow in. I couldn't find my Lyrilusk, which is why I've gone with the Princess Sprite. But definitely, if you have the Lyrilusk, put that in because DD Crow is actually really important in this upcoming format, or in this current format. And then we play a good handful of Links. So for those of you who think Links are dead in Martial 5, if this deck actually gets a boost, I can see this deck being played. So you play the 1 Link Revo for all your level 1s. Don't necessarily need to be using it 9 times out of 10, but it is just there in case you do need it. Barricade Blocker, very important because it is one of the few cards that lets you discard without your opponent having anything on the board. So it can be very, very important. The 1 Scrap Wyvern for your scrap combo. Again, it just gives you another route in the deck to move it further forward. The 1 IP Masquerena, if you absolutely have to, you can use IP Masquerena and then go into an indestructible Appaloosa, should you need to, or you can go into an indestructible Nightmare Unicorn to disrupt your opponent as well. Then, of course, we do have the Nightmare package of the 1 Cerberus, the 1 Phoenix, the 1 Unicorn, and the 1 Griffin. Now, Griffin actually allows you to skill drain your opponent. The best thing is with Unicorn, there's so many times when I was testing it and playing it over the weekend that I've actually had it co-linked, which means during my draw phase I just get to restack my hand or redraw my hand, which is great. Then of course we've got the 1 Trigate Wizard, another form of the combo that can actually really, really stump your opponent. Banish to get past Fun Dragons as well. Curious part of the scrap combo, so the scrap combo, if you actually look at it, there's, I believe it's Machine, Rock, and Dragon. So the Link is Dragon, the Fridge is a Rock, and the Scrap Recycler is a Machine. So you can actually make Curious off of the scrap combo. The 1 Appaloosa, because you want to be able to go negate, negate, negate. Again, it is a part of the combo because it does give you a double negate. You can get to it if you directly want to go to this, and it would require more extension in your hand if you want to get to this before you make your 5th summon. But the best thing about Spirals is there is never a good time to Nibiru them. If you Nibiru them on their exact 5 summons, the chances are they've got plays in the graveyard to bring back their Master Plan to extend even further. It just means that their board's not going to be as impressive, but it'll still be very, very hard to ditch. What I advise with Nibiru is you kind of want to drop the Nibiru when they drop their sleeper. But the issue with that is, once they drop their sleeper, 9 times out of 10, they've made an Appaloosa beforehand. So you have to be very, very careful, because if you hold off too long, they'll make Appaloosa and then you're done for. If you do it too soon, they'll be able to recoup their board and still end on a very, very powerful and disruptive board themselves. So it's very much about timing and understanding the deck when you do drop a Nibiru on them. And then, of course, finally, we do play this Spyral Double Helix. This, in my opinion, is one of the best Link monsters ever made for a specific deck, purely because it took Spyrals when it first came out from a tier 2, maybe tier 3 deck, because it was fun and a little bit inconsistent, straight up to like a tier 0 deck, because this dominated 98% of the meta. So you can understand how this deck and how this card has actually taken this deck to the whole new levels and been insanely disruptive. So very, very good card, very, very powerful card too. Okay, now that has been done, I'm going to bring you a combo. Now this combo I actually found on YUGIOH Albania. Yes, that is a real channel. Go check him out to see the original combo. But this combo actually shows you what this deck can do now that we have Magician's Souls. And it is very, very powerful, very, very disruptive, and can cause your opponent a heck of a lot of issues. And is very consistent as well. So bear with me, because I'm going to take you through this step by step, show you exactly what it is. Like I said, credit goes to YUGIOH Albania. This is the one where I found the combo from, but all you really need to start your combo is Magician's Souls. This is the brand new combo. I can show you the scrap combo as well in a different video should you need to, but J Money has also done that as well, so you can keep an eye on that. So all you need is these two cards on board. This is the most important one, but then of course your Mission Rescue or any form of reviving your master plan. Now ideally, Monster Reborn is fine. You don't really want to have anything more than that, purely because, I mean, Big Red you want later on in the combo, but as long as you've got it, you can still play it. So what you do is you reveal the Magician's Soul, you send Master Plan as cost, so it can't be ashed, beautiful. You then special summon your Magician's Soul. You then use Magician's Soul effect to send this to the graveyard from your hand to draw one card. So I'm just going to put a random card in our hand, which means we've got one more card. You then use the effect of Spyral Mission Rescue to revive your Master Plan. Master Plan's effect then triggers, and with this you want to be searching yourself out the field spell, your resort, and then of course your quick fix. Alright, quick fix, there we go. Now you haven't used your normal summon yet, which is beautiful. So you're going to activate your field spell. Just put that out there. The field spell is then going to trigger, and the field spell is going to search you out your sleeper, so you've got your boss monster in your hand. There we go, just going to put that one there. Don't know why I'm shuffling my deck, standard. You're then going to use Master Plan, Master Plan doesn't search this out. Jump ahead of myself. Master Plan is going to search you out a Spyral Mission Rescue. Then what you do is you link these two off into Barricade Blocker. Jumped ahead of the combo, guys, apologies. Into Barricade Blocker. Barricade Blocker then discards your Mission Rescue. And then, of course, your Master Plan will trigger to get you the Field Spell and your Quick Fix. And that is going to give you your Sleeper and your Quick Fix. Or your Field Spell is then going to get your Quick Fix to the hand. So this is where we're at the moment. Sorry, I jumped ahead of the combo. Then, of course, you've got the trap in the graveyard, so you banish the trap. Revive yourself a Master Plan again. That Master Plan, because it is not a once per turn, searches you out the trap card again. So this is your, not trap card, sorry, I think you want Assault this time. So you search out your Assault. You haven't normal summoned yet, so you normal summon your Quick Fix. Quick Fix effect goes off. And this one searches you. Where are you? This one searches your drones, because we want to guarantee we get the top card of our opponent's deck correct. So, where are we? Drones, there we go. So you add your drones. Then what you do is you link these two together and you make yourself your amazing double helix. Now you can use double helix effect, but you want to guarantee that you know exactly what your opponent has. So you're going to discard the assault to use quick fix's effect to bring quick fix back. He will then search you out your big red. He searches you out your big red. That will then trigger, you can then trigger assault in your grave to banish this to summon down your drones. This will then trigger the top 3 cards of your opponent's decks. You guarantee exactly what you want. Then you call double helix correctly. Get your second master plan from the deck. There we go. That master plan will then trigger, or you can then trigger that master plan and add you the trap. Beautiful. There we go. Then this is the point where you use double helix and barricade blocker and go into an Appaloosa with 2. This just gives you a little bit of protection. Now you overlay the drones and your gear just so you don't lose your quick fix. Now this one, obviously at the moment we've got the Princess Sprite. If you have it, you go the Lyrilusk and you'd search out your DD Crow. That gives you a bit of interruption. Make sure that goes to the grave. But Sprite might add another card to your hand. So it can be absolutely anything. You then want to activate your big red and you want to revive your double helix. I'm going to put him over there. Well, there, because you want to unlock an additional zone. I'm just going to move the banish off here and the graveyard down here, just so that we have the appropriate space. There we go. Then obviously, because, believe it or not, your quick fix isn't a hard once per turn, you revive quick fix using his effect, discarding the trap. That then gives you another monster reborn from your graveyard. How have we got to that point? Bear with 2 seconds. You then use the effect to quick fix to search yourself out another gear, and that of course is going to be your last resort. Which means, of course, you do have Sleeper, which is beautiful. So now your hand, again, is 1 or 2 random cards, possibly, spell or trap, depending if you milled off of Princess Sprite or DD Crow, if you searched out the Lyrilusk. And it just gives you a couple more plays to work around. Now, from this point on, it really comes down to your personal preference of where you want to be taking this. We are going to use our double helix and our Princess Sprite. There we go. I'm going to put the trap back into the grave. I'm going to go to those 3. And I'm going to bring out our Tri-Gate Wizard. This just gives us another form of disruption should we want to use it as well. And then you're going to use your master plan. Big red's gone as well. And your quick fix. Your quick fix gets banished. Remember that. And go into a Phoenix. This is just to give it, or give your Tri-Gate 2 zones to protect it. Now again, if you want to, you can go into a Griffin at some point, but you still have a trap in the graveyard, so you're going to banish the trap. You're going to revive your double helix. That then gives your Tri-Wizard all 3. So he's got a negate, he's got a banish, and then you've got your Appaloosa on 2 as well. And then you're just going to bring down your Spyral. There we go. You're going to bring down your Sleeper by banishing 3 from the graveyard. Doesn't really matter. So you banish your big red, banish your drones, and banish one of your master plans. There we go. And then that gives you a non-targetable Sleeper with a triple locked Tri-Gate, an Appaloosa with 2 negates, and also your Link monsters, I believe, can't be destroyed by battle. So good luck trying to break that. Now, if they want to try and disrupt you at any point, you go with that. You'll have a technical DD Crow or something else off of your Lyrilusk or Princess Sprite. Then you've got 1 more random card in your hand as well. This is your first turn play. They've got to try and break that without using monster effects. And if any card comes an issue, Tri-Gate can negate it. And then, of course, you've got a Sleeper that can double pop it as well. Now, like I said, if you want to go for your anti-spell play, you can go into a Griffin at some point. If you want to sacrifice your triple Tri-Gate, that will then allow you to set your anti-spell. But with your anti-spell, you want to make sure that it is going to win you the game hands down. Otherwise, there's no point in playing it. So that is it. That is the 2-card combo from Yu-Gi-Oh! Albania. Like I said, if you want to see the scrap combo. You can go check that out on J Money's channel as well. If you want to see the original combo for this, of course, go check out Yu-Gi-Oh! Albania. There's loads of different versions of this deck online. I think it's going to be a very, very powerful rogue deck. I don't think it's going to be #1 yet unless Konami give them back some cards. Like, they would have to get some very serious cards back. Like, they would have to have their field spell back to add more consistency. I think they would have to have... Oh, man, I don't think Quick Fix will come back, but Quick Fix would be like the ideal card to come back. Like, if that did come back, it would be absolutely mental. So yeah, I hope you like this version. I hope this gave you a couple of ideas. I hope you can kind of see where this deck is going and why people are hyping up Magician's Soul so much. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.